What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today I want to talk about the difference between a career and a job and why it matters in the post-COVID era and all that. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, please consider donating a cup of coffee for me, because for a price of a cup of coffee at, say, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I'm also on Locals, guys, if you guys want to support and sponsor this podcast show. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, please hit that like, subscribe. Please give me a review, good, bad, and the ugly. And before we get the show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Woo! All right, guys, it's the post-holiday weekend. Yeah, I didn't podcast a little bit since the last show because I took a vacation, and you know, during the holidays, I try to stay away from social media and podcasting, and then just to enjoy myself, my time, and my family, you know? So that's what I did and all that, you know? So today, guys, I do want to talk about the difference between having a career and having a job, because I've noticed this is like people who have careers don't ever have to worry about making money, because the money will flow right down to them, okay? People who have basically careers never worry about making money. And have you ever noticed that people who have like lifelong careers, they don't worry like how much money they're gonna make, how much money they're gonna bring in, and how much money that they're gonna make from a career, because money is nothing when you have a career. Okay, money means nothing. Now on the other hand, if you have a job, you worry about making money. You worry about like how much money you're gonna make, how much money you're gonna bring in, and how much money that you're gonna have. So I noticed this fine difference, guys. I noticed the difference between having a career and having a job. Having a career, you don't have to worry about making money. You do what you love, and the money follows. Okay, you can make like so much money in your career, and you never have to worry. Whereas if you have a job, oh my God, you really have to worry about making money. That's why it's like this. For me, I never had a career because I never had the opportunity to have a career and to have a paying profession. I never had that. So to me, I never got to have a career that everyone has. Instead, I got to have a job. In a job, I had to worry about, is my job going to be secure? Am I going to have this kind of money? Am I going to have this and this and this? Yeah, that's what it boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. It boils down to the fact that either you have a career or you have a job. If you have like a career, you don't ever have to worry about like getting paid. You don't ever have to worry about making money. You don't ever have to worry about like, where's your next paycheck gonna come? Where's your next job gonna come? You always have to worry about that if you have a job. But if you have a career, you don't ever have to worry about your like where the money's coming from. You don't have to worry if you're going to have a job, because you're always going to have a career. You're always going to have a stable job. You're always going to have the right economy. That's just simple. People like me worry so much about having a career or having a job that matter, because quite frankly, I never had a career. All I had was a job, and I had to worry day in, day out about having a job. I had to worry so much about making money, going to work, and having a job or having a career that I never have to worry about making money. Having a job, I had to worry so much. I was so anxious. I was so uptight. I was so worried about making money and having money, because I was always moved from job to job to job to job, never having a stable career where I never have to worry about making money. That's why, guys, I think like this. There are very few people in this country who have a stable career. There are very few people on this planet who have stable careers. There are very few. The vast majority of people, I'm going to say 85 to 90% of the population have jobs. Only about 10% of the population have careers. Because if you have a career, you don't ever worry about making money. You don't ever worry about like having money. You don't ever have to worry about like, oh, do I have money? Do I have a job? Do I have this? Do I have this? Then this and this and this? You don't worry if you have a career. If you have a job, you're worried day and night whether you're working or making money. That's why people who have jobs are always worried about where their next paycheck's going to come, where their next money's going to come, where their next dollar is going to come. They worry about that, and it's basically on the backs of their mind, and it's on their mind constantly. They worry that, oh, am I going to make money? Am I going to have money? Am I going to see income coming in? Am I going to see this coming in? Yeah. If you have a job, you worry about that day in, day out. You worry about that. You're obsessed with that, because having a job means you're trying to survive and trying to hope that you transition to a career where you don't have to worry about making money. That's why I go like this. The people who have careers are very much privileged. They are very privileged to have careers. People who have jobs, which is like what, vast majority of people on this planet, I'm gonna say like 90%, they're obsessed with trying to make sure they have money, trying to make sure they have a stable profession, trying to make sure that they know that money's coming in, that they know that they're gonna make money. That's why people, vast majority of people like me, we worry about this. We worry about like where our next job's gonna come from, where our next paycheck's gonna come from. That's why I noticed that. I noticed that in the working world. In the working world, I'd be so worried about making money that it would scare the living fucking pants out of me. It would. I'd be worried because I know that having like a job means I'm worried about making money. I'm worried about having income. People who have careers, God bless you, you're fortunate. You don't have to worry about making money. You don't have to worry about having like where your money's gonna come from, where your next opportunity is gonna come from. Because you have a career, you have stability. I don't have stability. And that's one thing I wish I had. I wish I had stability. I wish I had a stable employment. I wish I had a stable employment that would turn out to be a career. Right now, that's not happening. That is not happening anytime soon. And I don't see that happening at this moment. All I see is me having to fight and struggle for a career, knowing that every day I'm going to be struggling for a job. Yeah, that's what's happening. That is what's happening right now, is that people are fighting just to have a career. I mean, every day people are more worried about, oh, am I going to have a job? Am I going to be employed? Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that and that and that? That's my big worry. That is my big ass worry. That's what I worry about the most. I worry whether am I going to have work? Am I going to have stability? Am I going to have stable employment? That's what I worry about the most every day. That's what keeps me up at night a lot of times. I mean, people who have careers, they don't worry about making money. They don't worry about having stable work. They don't worry about having employment. They don't worry about where their next job's going to be, because their career is going to guarantee them work. Whereas a job, you don't know when your next work's going to be. You don't know if you're going to be on that job for a long time. You don't know. So that's the one thing I worry about the most. I worry if I'm going to have a stable job. I worry about that. Because as of right now, I don't see any prospect of me having a stable job. I don't. And that's why I worry about like whether I'm going to have a stable job or stable employment. That's my big worry. Everybody right now, because of the post-COVID era, everybody's worried about having like a career. Everybody's worried and concerned, and I don't blame them. Many people don't have a stable career. Everybody has what we call a job, and they have a job just to survive, just to make it through the next day. That's why people like me, we worry about having stability. We worry about having like stable income. We worry about all those. That's what scares us. That's what keeps us up at night. That's what keeps us like up all the time. Is having some stability and having a stable career instead of a job. That's why many people like me, we don't get the opportunity to have a career. It's either because we weren't brought up in the right place, or we weren't brought up in the right system, or the other is we were never brought up properly, so we never had basically a career. No one ever gave us the opportunity to have a career. No one ever did. Instead, we're just all fighting just to at least have a stable job, have stable employment. That's what we're all fighting for. We're just fighting just to hope that we have stable job. I mean, I would love to have a career. Don't get me wrong. If I had a career, would never have to worry about having a job. Would never ever worry. I would be like, yeah. I'd be like so happy with my career and be able to have the stable money and the stable employment. I'd be so happy for that. But as of right now, the stability is not there. The stability ain't there at all. It is never going to be there. I mean, I look at it this way for me. I was not privileged enough to have a career. I didn't go to the right schools. I didn't live in the right environment, you know. I didn't live in the right culture or the right neighborhoods, or didn't even go to the right school systems to be foisted in position to have a career. Instead, I was put in the wrong environment, wrong school systems, and then having a job where I'm like going from job to job to job, hoping that I'm gonna have stable money and stable income. That's the reality of it here, folks. The reality is, not many people on this planet have stable careers. Not many. The ones that do have stable careers, God bless you, man. God bless you. You're one of the fortunate ones. You're one of the ones that are fortunate, lucky, privileged to have a career, to have something so stable that you don't have to worry about making money ever again. You're fortunate enough. You're privileged enough. But on the other hand, people like me, we ain't fortunate enough. We ain't even fortunate enough to have that. We're not. We're just basically struggling day in, day out, struggling just to make money, like basically to have money, basically to be employed. That's why having basically like a job, we're just struggling to make money. And I tell you this, in this post-COVID era, we're seeing this. We're seeing the struggles. The post-COVID era, we're seeing the struggles that people are struggling to have a job or the career. People are struggling to have a career because they know that, like, in this post-COVID era, careers are very far and few to come by. Having a career is so far and few, so rare, that the vast majority of people on this planet just simply have a job. That's how I look at it, man. People in the post-COVID era, people in that post-COVID era simply have a job. They don't have a career. They don't have that, oh, I have this and this and this. I can go work for this and this and this and this and this. They don't have a career. I mean, prior to COVID, almost about half the people had a career, had a stable job, had a stable economy. They had stable employment. They had the ability to make money. But right now in the post-COVID era, people don't have that kind of money to make a career. Almost every one of them wind up having a job. They just have a job just so they can survive. That's what's happening. No one right now in this like era, no one right now in this era does not have a career. A lot of places promise you having a career. I'll tell you this, here's the reality check. A lot of places in this world will sell you and promise you that, oh, you can have a career, you can have a career in this and this and this. They'll promise you everything under the sun and everything like over the moon. They'll promise you that. But here's the reality. Promises don't match reality. Promises don't match basically what's going on. They don't match everything. And the reason for this, guys, is people can promise you the moon. People can promise you that, oh, you're gonna do this. You come to us, you're gonna be able to do this, and do that. Promises are just empty vessels. They're so empty that people will often say to you, oh, if you come to us, if you come work with us, we'll promise you'll do this, you'll do that, you'll do almost anything here. But do they deliver? Not really. I don't see them deliver on their promise. All I see is them delivering like empty promises that don't match. That don't say, hey, this, and this. Yep. I don't see it. I don't see it. So, to me, you could promise everything under the sun. You could promise me that you're going to do this and this and this. But I go like this. Talk is cheap. You can talk all you want, but until you do what you're going to say you do, or what you're going to, or as I say, you can talk all you want, but I like to see action. I like to see action more than words, more than promises. I like to see action. People say to people, oh, we're gonna, if you come to us, you do this, you do that, you'll be able to do all this and this and this. But when I don't see movement, what does that tell you? It just tells you that, it just doesn't match. It doesn't. It just says to me, it's not happening, dude. It's not happening. Yeah. That's all it says, dude. That's all it says. That's why I'm one of those people who get sick and tired after a while when people promise you a career, but then they sell you out short. And then all you're reduced to is just having a job and just trying to survive. That's why I sit there and I just go like this. Having a career, that's only for the privileged few. That's only for the few who are lucky, who are fortunate, who are basically blessed with the ability to have a career. But for people like me who have a job, we're just hoping and praying that it just becomes stable, that we have like stability, that we have stable employment, that we have a stable job, that we can do this, and this, and this. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for stability. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that there is stable employment, that there is stable job, that I can go to work every day and knowing that I don't have to worry about making money, that the money is going to come anyway. That's what I want. You know, that's what I want in this world. I want to be able to have a career and not worry about making money. But since I have a job, I worry about making money. I worry about, like, where's my money going to come from? Where's my expense going to come from? Where's my like paycheck going to come from? That's what keeps me up. That's what like has me worried all the time. Is that where's my money going to come from? I mean, if you have a career, you're lucky because you don't have to worry about making money. You don't have to worry about like, oh, do I have money for this? Nah, you don't. You don't have to worry about where your money's coming from. You don't. You literally do not. Instead, all you worry about is like this. Am I gonna have a career? Am I gonna have a lifelong career? Whereas me, I don't know if I'm gonna have a career. All I worry about is, am I gonna have a job? Am I gonna have stability? Am I gonna have a place where I can work and not have to worry about making money? Yeah. That's what I worry about. And that's what keeps me up all the time. That's what keeps me up all day and all night. And it's what basically worries me. It's what scares me. And it's what basically keeps me up. Because I worry about whether I'm going to have a stable job that turns into a career. And I worry about that. And that's something that almost 90% of the world population is worried about. They're worried about whether they're going to have a stable job. Okay? Whereas other people, you're lucky that you don't have to worry about this. You're lucky that you don't have to basically be scared shitless about it. You don't. I look at it like this. You're fortunate, you're lucky, and you're privileged that you don't have to be worrying about having a job because you have a career. and you have stability. People like me, sorry to say this, we worry about that a lot. We worry about having a stable career. We more than likely have a job where we worry about making money. That's what scares us, is that we are worried so much that is our like job going to be secure enough that it could turn into a career. That's what we worry about. That's what we're scared. That's what keeps us up at night. That's what keeps us up all the time. It's worrying about, am I gonna have this? Am I gonna have that? Is this gonna be stable? Is this gonna be viable? Is this gonna be something that I don't have to worry about, that I don't have to fret over, I don't have to be scared over? That's something I ask, because it's something that I want to know if I'm gonna have something that's gonna be around for a very, very long time. Yep, that's something I ask, because it's something I want to know. Like, hey, am I gonna have this, knowing that it's gonna be here forever? That it's going to be around for a long, long time. Yeah. It's one of those things I think about. I think about that all the time, man. I think about, like, whether I'm going to have a career, or am I going to struggle and have a job. That's what keeps me up. That's what got me thinking over the weekend. It got me thinking about whether you either have a career or you have a job. If you have a career, you don't ever have to worry about making money. You don't ever have to worry about knowing where your money's coming from, where your dollar's coming from. You don't. Instead, you worry so much about if you have a career, you don't worry about, like, where your money's coming from. If you have a job, shit, you worry about where your money's coming from. You worry about whether you're going to be making money or you're going to be struggling to make money. That's the big worry. Big worry is, hey, am I gonna make money, or am I not gonna make money? That's something that people ask all the time. Is the money gonna be there or not? You know, is the money gonna be here, or are they gonna struggle to find the money? That's something I ask every day. You know, I ask that all the time. I ask, hey, am I going to be able to make money, or am I going to struggle to make money? Which is it? Which is it, man? Because I just look at it like this. If I have, I look at it like this. If I have a career, I'd be like, hey, I'm glad. I don't have to worry about making money. I don't. I'm glad. But since I have a job, I tell you what, I'm going to be worried so much about making money. I'm going to be worried about, like, where my dollar's coming from, where my paycheck's coming from. That's something I'm going to be worried. You know? That's something I'm going to be worried about day in. You know? That's something I'm going to be worried about every day. Because I'm going to be worried about whether my next job going to be coming from. I worry if, having a job, I worry about that. Having a career, I don't have to worry about that. I don't, and very few people are lucky enough for that. Very few people are fortunate that they have a career and they don't have to worry about making like money. They don't. And I say like this: you're fortunate, you're lucky, and you're privileged. Yeah, you are. You're privileged that you have whatchamacallit, that you have a career. But people like me, we're not that fortunate. We're not that lucky. We're basically struggling, that we're struggling to have all these things. But I go like this: since you're fortunate enough to have a career, you're lucky. Me, I don't have that. I know it's like this: all I have is a job, and I have to worry whether I'm going to be making money or not. I have to worry where my paycheck's coming from. I have to worry about all this shit. Yeah, I really do. So, for those of you that have a career, I say you're lucky, you're privileged, and you guys have it made. People like me who don't have a career, we're struggling. We're struggling to find one. We are. We're struggling for it, and that's something that we're fighting. We're fighting all the time. We're fighting to have a career. I mean, you guys are lucky to have it. That's great, But for those like me, good luck with that. Good luck with that. So, anyway, guys, thanks for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now.